Hi family, welcome to the channel. I pray each and every one of you guys is doing well today. So today the Lord is saying you should already feel married. You should already feel married. Let me tell you how this word came about. I was walking my dog one day and God told me to look up something, right? He was like, remember how you were thinking about that thing? Like, you should look into it. You should look into it. And I was like, God, you're so romantic. I was like, God, you're so romantic. And then I said, I feel so married, right? I feel so married. And it's almost like God was saying, you are married. You are married. I mean, there were so many revelations on that walk, right? And I'm like, that's why they call Christ the bridegroom, and we, the church, is the bride. I was like, ah! Jesus Christ is called the bridegroom, and we are the bride. Because honestly, you should feel married. If you are walking with Christ and you don't feel married, I'm talking to the single people right now. And even the married people, you should feel married to Christ. But let's talk to the single people. Okay? God's daughters, friends, even guys, you should feel married. God is romantic. Okay? I've talked about his romantic side, all right? And how he romanticized his people, his bride, the church. And I said to the Lord, I said, God, I feel married. And honestly, like, people's perception of me, when I meet people, they think I'm married. Trust me. I don't come across as a single person at all, okay? They look at me and they look into my life, you know, and they see the things and all the things, and they're like, okay, there's some man is lurking, okay? And then they look at the fingers and they don't see a ring, okay? And they're like, and they're confused. I mean, trust me, I'm a ball of confusion when it comes on to people, right? They're confused because they're like, she looks kept. She looks kept. She looks soft. She looks kept. She looks like she's married. She looks like there's a guy lurking, but we don't see a man anywhere. So who's keeping her? God is keeping me. I am kept. You're right. And it's God who keeps me. And I am married. I am married to God. Okay, God is, because if you really think about it, he's romantic. Okay, he's so romantic. He's a provider, Jehovah Jireh. He's a comforter, okay? He's a protector. He's a defender. I mean, if that doesn't sound like a spouse, I don't know what does. That is a spouse. That is a spouse. He is a spouse. That's why he's called the bridegroom. All right? And so I was saying to the Lord, I said, God, I feel married. I feel married. I don't feel single. I am single physically, but I don't feel single. And I see this is the thing that people don't understand. Okay, so if you're not there yet, as God's daughters and as God's sons, you need to get to the point where you feel married to Christ, where you rely on him so much, where he is just your everything. Okay, you need to feel like you're in union with God. And when you feel like you're in union with God, you just don't feel like, you won't feel like a lot of things is missing. Of course, there is the desire to get married for some of you guys. There is the desire to actually be in union with a physical other human being, all right? A God-ordained spouse, absolutely. Okay, and God gives us the desires of our hearts, right? But you also want to be so married to God. You want to be so close in union with the Lord, where he is your everything. That's why when the world looks at you, you look married, friend. When the world looks at you, they perceive you as married. They're trying to figure out which man is supplying your needs. They look at you and your needs seem to be met. And they're trying to figure out which man is supplying your needs. Tell them it is Jesus. tell them it is Jesus. They're trying to figure out what sugar daddy you have lurking, because they don't see the ring, so they're like, oh, there's a sugar daddy in the dark. No, his name is Jesus. He is the bridegroom. You're right. He is the bridegroom, and I am the bride. But yeah, many of you guys, you look kept. People look at you and you look like somebody is keeping you. Please tell the people it's Jesus. Please tell the people Jesus is keeping you. But trust and believe, as Jesus is keeping you, your husband, your spouse to be, needs to go to the Lord and ask him for directions. Okay, your spouse needs to go to God and start taking notes on how to treat you, because you have that as an example from God. You have that. You have God's love. That is what you want, guys. You want to be in such union with the Lord, so much so you feel married. So you get a taste of marriage before you're actually married. You know, so you feel what it feels like. So you have an idea, you have an understanding of what it feels like and what it looks like before the actual marriage. All right, so if you're not there yet, I mean, let that be a place where you want to be. Let that be a place where you thrive to get to, right? Because he is indeed the bridegroom and you're the bride. Okay, take advantage of it. All right, friends, thank you so much for watching. Talk to you soon.